What's up, lads? My name is F1 Luke Sam, and you have just clicked on part 3 of our F1 23 driver career mode. If you did miss the last 2 episodes, click the card on the top of your screen now. It'll take you to the playlist and you can watch through at your own pleasure. However, those who are up to date, welcome to Azerbaijan. That's right, we are here in Azerbaijan, and before we go any more forwards in our career mode, I think it's important just to quickly recap the last episode. Now, last episode saw us 12th battling Sir Lewis Hamilton and Zhou Guanyu at the end of the race after a tough fought battle with our teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Now, I did mention at the start of the first episode that Yuki Tsunoda is our rival in any other game and in any other year, but this year, being teammates, I feel like we can work together. However, last episode we did see that that is impossible. We had battle after battle, controversy after controversy, and team radio exchange after team radio exchange. Carlos Sainz took his first win for Ferrari this season with Max Verstappen in P2 and Charles Leclerc in P3. And the championship order at the moment looks like this. Looking at our R&D points as well, it looks like we can splurge a little bit, so I think that we will do. A weight distribution could go in time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, however, our department has had its capacity reached. We can have an engine upgrade as well, which we will put on, and the rest is going to be durability, which I may as well do. There is nothing else left to do, except pray to God that these upgrades go on the car. We're right. We see 2 green and 2 red. Both aerodynamics have passed, which means we can put 2 more on. But I'm going to prioritise the 2 that failed, and especially tyre wear. They will go on before Azerbaijan, and that leaves us with not many resource points. So it looks like we are going to take a mega leap up the order. If everything passes, we should be up there with Alpine. And there's one thing guessing, it's another thing seeing in front of you. Green, and a red. It's only durability though. We should see, oh no. And it looks like it's going to be going on after Azerbaijan, which is unfortunate. Are we going to see green? No, we don't. And to make things worse, this one is going to be going on after Miami and not before. And I've completely forgotten that this weekend is a sprint weekend, which means we get practice 1 straight into qualifying, and then we'll hit the sprint weekend and then the race. Looks like by the end of qualifying we'll be hit by some rain, which you guys know I don't love. However, making it through to Q3 is probably not likely for us, and it looks like we are still the worst car in the back markers. I would just like to say as well, a massive thank you for the reception on the last 2 videos. I mentioned in the last video I couldn't thank you for the reception. Oh my days, drifting around the corner. I mentioned last episode that I couldn't thank you guys for the reception on the first video because it was uploaded after I filmed the second one. However, I've seen both of them now, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying them as much as I am enjoying making them. So, thank you. Okay, I don't get this. This is our very last lap of practice. We've been fine all day. I've actually put in a really good qualifying sim lap. This is one of my better laps, and it says we're 3 seconds off quali pace. That makes no sense. We've gone fastest of all in the session, and I reckon we're going last by quite some bit as well. I've done 2 hours of testing in time trial, in Grand Prix mode, in qualifying in the Grand Prix mode, and this was spot on. With that aside, we've killed the other 2 practices, but I just can't understand this quali pace. Alright, the session is over. We've topped it because of our qualifying sim session, and now I'm keeping the difficulty like this for our qualifying session. I'll tell you why. Our first race around Saudi Arabia, we did a qualifying simulation run in FP1, and we topped the session. We got the exact same time as Charles Leclerc, and here I'm beating Max Verstappen, so it really can't be that bad. Here we are for the qualifying session around Azerbaijan. The teams have less data than any other weekend, so this could throw up some unpredictable results, but all we can do is try our best, go out there and set the best times we can. I've completely forgotten that we need to change our ICE, and if you check the radar, in 10 minutes there's rain. That would be fine, only that this component can take up to 9 minutes, so that would be too long. Look, we got two options. We can either fit this, go out in the wet and not make it through, start last, or we can enter qualifying with a bad ICE, set a lap time, and then only go backwards because we lose performance and risk a DNF. I'm going to opt to change it. It's going to take 7 minutes. Let's pray to God the rain isn't here. And if you look outside, it is very doomy and gloomy. If we check the tire select, enters are slower, but it's coming down. Okay, we need to get out there. We need to get out there fast. Just flying lap. No, we cannot. This is a disaster. Everyone is in the garage. Everyone set their laps except for us. We're going to be starting dead last. What we're going to have to do is hit the pits and pray to God that it starts to dry up so we can set at something that resembles a time. But for now, 2 AlphaTauris at the back of the grid.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Hamilton, Sainz, Bottas, Stroll, Magnussen, Albon, Joe, Russell, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Sargent, Gasly, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda and Lucas. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
We're going to learn from our mistakes in the last few races and we're going to be starting on the hards. It's going to, I'm assuming, contrast the rest of the grid, who's going to be on mediums. Being in the slowest car on the entire grid, it's going to be a mission, but I'm feeling good around this track. I'm feeling hopeful about today. We're racing in Azerbaijan and this track is known for throwing up some chaos, so who really knows? Alright lads, we're going to be looking to take advantage of the brilliant starts we've been having recently. Hopefully that form is going to continue and we can make up, you know what, at least 5 places on the start so we can only go forwards from there. And we're underway. The bad news is we have a grid place penalty tomorrow. The good news is we've got 9 laps to undo it. We're going to go up the inside of Oscar Piastri here, try and make it nice and clean. Up into P17, P18. Can we make the move on Ocon? Yes, we do. Nice and easy. Behind us is a bit of carnage. Yellow flag. Maybe it's because we were just going slowly. We're alongside Ocon, deploying some DRS because it is very powerful. We're going to be alongside each other going into this corner. Probably too late to make a move on Sargent. However, we've pushed out Ocon and we've gotten in front. The battle is far from over. He's going to be attacking us for the majority of this race. We're going to probably have the upper hand towards the end of this race. But for now, we're just going to have to save some ERS and kind of just stick behind these guys. Oh, big slide from the rears there. Not sure where that come from. That was kind of just out of nowhere.
And that is one thing you'll notice with this Grand Prix. We were definitely in struggle street for a lot of it. I think it's circuit specific. These tyres just do not mix well with this track. And you can see the other drivers, their tyres go off as well. So it is not just us. We're all kind of in the same boat. We're going to have to find a way to manage. And for me, that is quite hard.
Sargent is slowly dropping us. I can see... Oh dear, I can think we're going to make up some time on this back straight. We have set up the car to be mega fast in a straight line. So this third sector is definitely going to be our best sector. But in contrast, the first sector is going to be our worst. We're very close to Sargent coming out of that corner. Are we going to have the speed to be able to make a move? We're going to have to be a little bit desperate. We're going to keep our foot in and we're not quite able to do it. But we do get the run out of here as well. He's shown us the outside. We're going to take it. Can we take it? We've gone very wide. And the move is not on. And in turn, we've brought Esteban Ocon back into this fight. We needed to make that move cleaner. But in saying that, this could be the time. And it looks like it is. The speed on the straights is phenomenal. All that battling has just meant that Gasly is extended his gap to us. Ocon pulls alongside us. It's going to be side by side into turn 1. He pulls alongside us. Oh, we have a bit of a slide on exit, nearly oversteer into the side of Ocon, but it looks like we're going to be able to hold position as he checks our inside, but he's not able to make a move.
The cars in front of us are really going for it. This is on board with Lando Norris going up the inside of George Russell, sliding through turn 4, kind of making minor contact.
Did you guys just see that? He's leaving me no space. This is dangerous, man. Nothing wrong with that, mate. Just some good hard racing.
And just like that, we've been dragged back into Gasly's DRS. We've made up a second on this lap, nearly a second and a half, thanks to the traffic that he's stuck in. We are 8 tenths back on this straight. Are we going to be able to make a move or something?
Spoiler alert, we do not. However, it looks like there's a bit of a power struggle between these two men. Once again, 1 lap later than we saw 1 lap ago. It's Lando Norris versus George Russell. This time, George Russell has the upper hand. He absolutely flies away. And talk about power struggles. It looks like Lando Norris, something is wrong. Something is wrong. He's just mega slow, and now Alonso's got him as well.
Guys, I am losing power. What is going on?
Hang tight, mate. We will look into it.
Can't wait forever. Zach, I'm trying to battle, mate.
We've dropped outside the DRS of Gasly by quite some margin, and Ocon behind us, he's approaching us rather quick, and we're not going to really have a defense. If you look at the tyre percentages, if we were on the mediums, we would already be cooked. This is no good.
This is beyond ridiculous, guys. What is wrong with the car?
No issues found, mate. Head down.
Great, so it is just slow. Amazing.
Oh, Ocon locks up and we just slide up his inside. That come out of nowhere. Oh, what the hell was that?
Mistake, guys. I made the mistake.
What the guys? Where did that come from?
I'm yet to see a mistake like that from the F1 23 AI. That exit was absolutely awful. I'm yet to see a mistake like that, so that was pretty cool to see.
That was pretty special, and I'm being honest when I say I haven't seen anything like it. Let's hope we see more of it. It kind of come out of nowhere. We did benefit from it, but I don't know. It could have just as easily been a mistake, and we end up in the back of Ocon, and that would have not been a benefit for our race.
Again, with Ocon, he's about the same distance from us as he was on the last lap, and it looks like we're going to be absolutely defenseless. We're going to defend the inside this time. It's likely he's going to get done before the braking zone, and he is. What is going on with this car?
Guys, it makes no sense. How do we start on the hards and our tyre wear is still this bad? Sort it out, guys.
Logan Sargent fancies to look up our inside as well, and he gets past. I don't know what's going on with this car. Oh, and Sargent just parks it on the apex. Sargent has been dropped by Esteban Ocon. We've kind of been biding our time. We probably could have made a move a little bit earlier, but I kind of want to get that slingshot off of Logan to try and attack Ocon. He's very slow. We're going to deploy ERS. We're going to be opening DRS very shortly, and it should be a pretty open shut case. There we are. It gives us the outside. We're going to get it done well and truly before the braking zone. We just have to stop the car, which we're having real trouble doing. It looks like we've almost hit that barrier. Car just does not want to seem to stop, and this tyre wear is awful. I don't know what to make of this car. Piastri are getting rather close. I think we've found the differential and the front brake bias that is going to suit our driving. Much less lockups, much less sliding, much less loss of traction. Max Verstappen wins the sprint race and therefore earns himself a spot on pole position. We're coming around the final real quarter. We've just got this very large chicane to go. The left, the right, we're on the straight, but the race isn't over. Piastri is behind us, and he's going to be drag racing against the line. He's going to have DRS, he's going to have slipstream. Is he going to have enough tarmac to get the move done? I think that answer is no. We cross the line in 16th for the sprint race around Baku.
Guys, I don't know what to say. 16th, the car felt awful. We've got some setup changes to do overnight.
that wraps up the sprint, ladies and gentlemen, and we only have the main event to go. This is how the grid is going to be starting for the race on Sunday. We've still got a practice session to go. We're in P16, but because we broke Parc Ferme, we're going to be getting a 5-place grid penalty, which is going to put us behind teammate Yuki Tsunoda. The drivers in front were just way too quick for us. We're going to have to live with that. We're going to be fighting from the back in this Grand Prix, and realistically, there's no better Grand Prix to be doing this.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku, and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners, and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today. So our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes, and hopefully out of the barriers. Baku City Circuit then. It's an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Stroll, Albon, Russell, Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Magnussen, Joe, Norris, Sainz, Ocon, Lucas, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Yuki Tsunoda. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
I'm going to be real, I'm not sure what's happened there. I'm pretty confident we changed our ICE and that we broke Parc Ferme. That gives us a penalty. Apparently not. We're not going to be complaining. FIA, I'll pay you later.
As we begin this formation lap, let's hear from some of the drivers.
That was a lovely Saturday. Let's make it a lovely Sunday too, guys. Good luck.
Something felt strange on that formation lap, guys, but I think it's fixed.
We are a bit fucking far from the front, but I'll just get my head down. Vamos.
I really hope everything's sorted, guys. I'll do my best out there. I think we can get some points. Good luck, everyone.
Alright lads, here we go. I'm not sure why we haven't been given a penalty, but we move. We're on a 2-stop strategy, and because of the delta between the new tyres and old tyres being so big, I feel like we can make this work as long as we can pull off some overtakes. A very good start. We're pulling alongside Lando Norris. We're sitting in P13. Are we going to be able to snatch this position from him? He's pushed us over the little bumpy curb, but it's all about the exit. He's on the hards, I'm on the softs. We're kind of side by side, neither of us giving an inch, but I think we've just pulled out ahead. A very large dive bomb on Zhou, which I wasn't really planning on, but he has had to brake rather early thanks to his teammate Valtteri, and we get the move done. We're up into P11. Softs really coming in clutch on the race starts. All we have to do is stick with these cars. I think we can make the 2-stop strategy work. We just need to be overtaking, and overtaking is one of my favourite things to do. Can we make a move here on Valtteri side by side through the castle section? It's not something you're going to do. He wisely backs out, and we're up into P12 at the start of this Grand Prix. Sainz next, he is going to be much faster than us. I can safely say that these tyres already feel better. The car already feels better than the sprint race, which we've just had. The engine has been swapped over, so I'm a little bit confused why we didn't get a penalty. Let me know in the comments why that's the case. I thought we broke Parc Ferme.
Hey, you writing in the comments right now why I'm so silly. We didn't break Parc Ferme, I realise that now. This race was filmed the day after qualifying, so I completely forgot. We didn't break Parc Ferme. We changed and we didn't get a run in. So yeah, anyway, here's Sainz and Magnussen battling in front of us, only helping us, get towards them a little bit faster. So for that, cheers guys.
Sainz and Magnussen side by side in front of us, and Magnussen is able to keep Sainz at bay. They go invisible. Interesting developments there. I wonder when we're going to unlock that in the R&D development for our car. That would make life so much easier.
Haha guys, I just went fucking invisible. What kind of witchcraft is this? I like it.
If we can keep up with Sainz, this is going to be a monumental W. Hopefully break out of the DRS of Valtteri and then start to get a bit of a pit stop gap on him, because that's what we're going to need to not do the overtaking on track. Oh, we've broken very late there, and Sainz has kind of just given up.
Oh, what the
What the hell? He's just kind of moved over and gone, here you go, you can have the position. I don't really want P11. Oh, Sainz gets a mega last sector. He's going to be pulling alongside us. I don't think we're going to be fighting this very hard. We'll even give him the inside. Is he going to get it done before the braking zone? I don't think he is. We are going to be side by side through turn 1. And he gets it done. No, he doesn't. We're able to carry the speed around the outside of turn 1 and get the launch out of the corner on him. We're going to take this corner nice and easy. And it's done.
Look, it may be done for us, but he's far from over for Carlos Sainz. You can see him pull out. Let's just switch to his camera. You can see that's Bottas, Valtteri Bottas in an Alfa Romeo going alongside Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari. This is a top car, and he's not holding his own against Alfa Romeos. Is it the softs? Are they dying after 3 laps? Who knows?
Get the car stopped in time. We're going to be side by side through this section, and he's kind of hit us in the side. Is that giving him damage? I'm not sure who was at fault there. I'm sure we gave him ample space.
I think I'm in here. Check. What the f*** was he doing? Most unsportsmanlike driver on the grid.
Suck my balls, mate.
And we should be right. We should be able to start making that pit stop gap, which we're not gonna make up 18, 20, 25 seconds, but we can take a good chunk out of that and make it easier for us on track. Magnussen is in fact outside of DRS. Gasly on the softs, Albon in front of him on the softs as well. We don't have to worry about that unless it's going to cause a safety car or a red flag, anything that's going to affect the race, and it looks like they've gotten through it pretty smoothly. This is our best chance to overtake Gasly. We're fighting Alpine and potentially Williams, which is really good. The car performance index is very close, so it's not like we're out of place. Gasly's going to pull alongside Albon. We're going to have the outside. Are we going to get the car stopped? We've just gone a little bit wide. We're going to have to re-enter the track, trying not to kill anyone.
What the? He nearly killed me.
We've had to concede both positions. We haven't touched Albon, not in a sexual way, of course. That would be a little bit strange. But we do get in front of Gasly. I don't even know what I'm saying. We're going to pull alongside Albon as well. Can we turn this misfortune into an overtake? And it looks like side by side. It's not done yet, but the outside does carry more speed. A little bit of a slide on exit, and we can get it done. Very, very, very nice.
Let's go, baby. This is fun.
Keep it together, mate.
We are now the best of the rest. No retirements up ahead, although we will be looking to be the beneficiary of anything that happens in front of us. Stroll, Alonso, a little bit too fast for us, so we are going to be looking behind us for majority of this Grand Prix, unless something wild happens. Slide on exit again. What is going on? The rear tyres are on fire. I don't even think it's my braking. I think it's just slamming on the right pedal a little bit too hard on exits of corners. We're going to have to compromise our exits for rear tyre wear, I think.
Have a look at the gaggle of cars behind us. This is P8 where we are, and now where Gasly is, all the way down to P20 last, where Yuki Tsunoda is. The whole backfield, the whole back markers is in an AlphaTauri sandwich. Who thought that we would see something like this? Maybe it's because we are so slow. Maybe it's because we're last in the performance index and we can't pull away from these cars, although we're doing our best. We've since been overtaken by Albon. We're battling Bottas and Gasly, and no doubt soon you can see all the sliding on exits, that we're going to be battling all these guys up and down this order. I think it's about time we take these softs off.
Albon has broken DRS. He's done what none of us could do, and it's up to us to catch him.
I think that catching him is not going to be such the tall order. that I once thought it would be. Williams and especially Albon in this race is looking actually extremely rapid. You can see he's kind of dancing on, excuse me, 1.3, 1.4, 1.1 seconds, and we're just fighting to get back in his DRS. However, the only place we're really vulnerable is the start-finish straight and into turn 1. The rest of the track, the rest of the racetrack, we are okay. We're not really being caught, and we're not really being looked at for overtakes, and that start-finish straight is one long piece of tarmac.
The rear tyres are absolutely lit up, and now you can see why I've chosen to do the two-stop strategy. It should be faster for us in particular, not the others in the long run, so you can see why I've had to make that decision. I don't think we'll be having to do a two-stop for every single race, but we are going to have to opt for the harder compounds. Bottas behind us, definitely the mediums are much faster now, so we're going to let him pass. He's going to get done before the braking zone, and let's see if we can slingshot him towards Albon and then stick with both of them. No issues for the tyre wear, they reckon. Yeah, bullshit. We're going to pull to the outside of Bottas, and we're going to be side by side through turn what I think is 3, but we're going to get it done, and Pierre is going to pull alongside him as well. This AI battling is phenomenal. Look, 50% tyre wear. I think we'll go one lap more. We'll meet in the middle, and because we really do need to put in a fly. If Bottas gets past him, not all that fast, because we should be able to get him back. We are pulling up alongside and in front of Bottas. Can we get it done before the braking zone? It's going to be side by side, but this track you definitely want the outside as much as possible, especially against these guys. Oh my days. No damage, that's okay. We're boxing this lap, so we need to fly.
Look, we're going to do our best to fly. First, through the process of making this video, I have gotten sick. So if you notice my voice change throughout the video, that is why. And secondly, and more about the race, this tyre wear, this anomaly of tyre wear is definitely circuit specific. I've seen it in many other career modes. So in Miami next week, we should not see this.
Alright, here we go on the back straight. We're going to be pitting this lap, I can tell you, as the tyres get older. This car gets much harder to drive, so in we go. Very nice entry. 2.3 from the lads, very consistent, very good. Alright, Albon ahead on the hards. He's going to be going to the end of this Grand Prix. Let's see if we can make something happen, because we cannot do a one-stop. Sainz in the pits, he was behind us and he's coming out far behind us as well. An absolutely awful Sunday for the Spaniard. Right, Albon in front of us is faster than us, but he's just caught traffic. Gasly behind us is much faster than us. I guess these guys are our race, but the guys that we were battling before we pit is also our race. So it's going to be interesting to see where they come out. You can see the Gagler cars ahead of us. That is who we're going to be racing. That's who we need to catch. The two Williams boys side by side. Alex gets through. That's not going to be great for us because that is our race. But it looks like Sargent is coming into the pits. So is our teammate Yuki Tsunoda. It is happy hour in the pits. Where is everyone going to come out? Bottas only at the pit exit now. This undercut was massive. Hulkenberg and Albon side by side, and once again Albon gets away scot-free as Hulkenberg enters the pits. Again, a happy hour in the pits. Up into P11, we do have one stop remaining, so we're going to have to make this work. We're going to have to get a considerable gap on these guys just to be able to make this work and hopefully score some points. Albon stuck behind Oscar Piastri, once again like the last episode. He's doing an absolute service for his country. Thank you, Oscar. I'm smelling a 2-for-1 here as they go side by side. Is that the smartest thing for both of them as they both compromise their exit? Albon gets Oscar, and we've definitely got the run on him here. Oscar has another look back. We're going to go up the ins. That was what?
That was sketchy.
Jeez Louise, mate. That could have been bad.
Our engine is red. It's looking a bit worse for wear, and that's exactly what it is. The wear is rather high on a few components there. That is going to mean a loss of performance. Hopefully we can use it for the next practice and then change them all before quali and have a brand new engine for what will be Miami. But that's Miami. This is Azerbaijan. There is still 11 laps remaining and still a pit stop to perform.
I keep banging on about this pit stop, but there's 11 laps left. And if we pit, we're pretty much going to be last, so we're going to have to evaluate whether that is the best course of action or not. Let's just talk about that overtake on Oscar Piastri, and then we eventually did get Albon, so I guess it was a 2-for-1. That was so hairy, and in reality, when I was racing, I didn't expect that, and you could probably hear it in my voice. If I had my time again, I would probably not go for it. If it was real life, I would not go for it. However, that was awesome.
Oh, they've changed our strategy to be a 2-stop. If these tyres can get through to the end, then absolutely... Oh, I messed up my braking marker there. If these tyres can get through to the end, then absolutely, like, take my money. But we're going to have to be really cautious with them throughout this whole stint. We've still got 10 more laps. It's been 7, and it's on... You know what? This could happen. The team has overruled my decision here, and I'm going to have to trust it and hope that the Scuderia and Scuderia AlphaTauri doesn't mean Ferrari. Realistically, if we pit now, we're going to be coming out last, so it would not... We'd be losing 12 positions, and that's just not... I'm not down for that. So we're going to have to make this work. If I had have known this, I would have chucked on the hards. But you never know, if there is a safety car or a red flag that is thrown up, we should be okay. We are yet to see any of them in this season, even though the settings are going to increase. Looks like we've dropped Alex out of DRS. Gasly is going to be fighting in behind. Let's just hope he doesn't get slingshot towards us. I'm a little bit concerned about this tyre wear. We're going to have to completely play this one by ear, but right now we are still the best of the rest. Once again, the best of the rest, I should say. There is absolutely nothing to comment on at this stage of the Grand Prix. We're maintaining the gap to Alex and Pierre, who are battling between themselves. We're not really making inroads on the Aston Martins in front of us, which is to be expected. Stroll might be within our range towards the end of this race.
You're catching the car ahead. Keep it up.
As Gibby is saying, we are catching Stroll. I'm going to ask him in a second by how much.
You're catching by 3/10 a lap, mate.
However, P8 in this piece of machinery is insane. Well, this is something new. Science has caught that pack of cars and is now battling Alex Albon. He is going to be much faster, so if there is going to be a battle on our hands, it is going to be with Carlos. Holy moly, as you can see, that slingshot that Alex has given Carlos Sainz of all people, he's caught them, he's got the slingshot, and now he's in our DRS. If he needs an overtake, we're going to have to battle him for position because there are only a few laps remaining in this race. As you can see, the tyre wear on the rears is starting to step out compared to those at the front. That means we're going to have to compromise by braking earlier and being much more... There we go, Gibby's just being an owl and echoing what we're saying. It means we're going to have to get on the gas a lot more gentle through these corners to avoid sliding and ruining them even more. However, Ferrari is a much faster car than our AlphaTauri. Scuderia versus Scuderia. Carlos Sainz is behind us, pulls alongside us and gets it done before the braking zone. We've just halved our points in one foul swoop.
I got this, guys. It's only an AlphaTauri driven by a rookie.
That's Carlos Sainz ahead now. You think I don't know that? Leave it with me, lads.
Crazy to think that we were battling Lewis Hamilton in a Mercedes last race and now we're battling Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari. That is absolutely mental. Not something I thought we'd be doing, and the car just becomes harder to drive as the tyre wear goes up. If the race was longer, a 2-stop is definitely what we would be doing, but I don't think this is just long enough. And Sainz has just decided to drive away and drop us. P9 looking less and less likely. Sorry, P8 looking less and less likely, and P9 looking to beat our finishing position. We've kind of brought the gap back in just utilising the ERS that we have stored. But it's all about this exit, and that's where the AI is so strong, so we're going to have to use some more ERS. It looks like we've been able to stay in it, even if we don't overtake him for the last part of this Grand Prix. It's going to help us just hopefully stay out of the walls and drag us away from Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly and stay out of their battle and more or less on our own or in a battle with Carlos.
Something is wrong. Something is wrong. I told you something was strange with the engine. I'm out, boys. So sorry.
Oh, there's a yellow flag somewhere. I'm not sure where. Our rear is still stepping out. It's behind us. Who's retiring from this Grand Prix? Or was there an accident? Zhou Guanyu is out of the session. It may just be an engine failure. Therefore, no need for a safety car. And I think that might just be the case as we watch Carlos Sainz drop us and us kind of wrestling this car with awful tyre wear. If I'd have known we were going to do a one-stop once again, I would have chosen to go on the hards to the end of this race. This is the time to do it if there is any time at all. We're going to have to focus on getting a good exit out of this corner, not touching the curb, but getting on the power as early as possible. Looks like we've got a similar exit to Carlos Sainz. We're going to use as much ERS as possible. Here we go, ERS is enabled. We are pulling behind him. We've got the beneficiary of DRS. Are we going to be able to make the move? If this was the last lap, we would beat him to the line, but we've still got one more as we cut across in front of him. And we've made the corner as well, which is easier said than done in the last couple of laps. Carlos pulls alongside us, kind of love taps us. We nearly go straight into the wall. Last lap drama as we have a slide on exit. Luckily no damage. It's not over yet though. The race is far from done. Carlos is still going to stick with us. Can we hold off Carlos Sainz, who has had an absolutely awful weekend for Ferrari? It's a bit of a mission, especially on the ward mediums that we currently have on. But I've got a little bit of faith. It looks like he's been dropped. Max Verstappen wins the Grand Prix.
Simply lovely, guys. Great weekend. Let's keep pushing.
Behind us, fighting for 4 points. We have no ERS to play with on this back straight. We lock up, just trying to make the corner. Try not to slide on exit. And this is going to be a sprint, a drag race down to the end. I'm not sure if we can get this done. We get a very good exit. Carlos Sainz matches our exit. The delta going up, then down, then down, then down. He's very close. We've got ERS, but not a lot of it. He's right behind us. He's going to have DRS. We want the shortest run to the line, so we're going to be going straight. Can he catch us? It looks like he's waving at us with his DRS, but he decides to stay behind us, and we finish 8th in this race around Azerbaijan.
That was too close, lads. That was too close. Give yourselves a pat on the back. That was a good weekend. Well done, lads.
God damn it, guys. I should have just gone around him. Sorry, guys. Poor points. Poor weekend.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
There we have it, the boys celebrating on the podium. It's Max, followed by Checo, followed by Lewis. Surprise, surprise, no red flags, no safety cars, no VSCs. We had one retirement in Zhou Guanyu due to an engine failure. That was a fun race. We've definitely made the most out of a shit situation and a terrible car. We found out that the car dramatically needs tyre wear upgrades as well. Here are the results for the race. We've absolutely pulled a result out. Best of the rest, we finished P8 in front of Carlos Sainz, who we once again had a drag race to the line, and this time we were victorious. If we're going to the results of the weekend, Max Verstappen has secured full points, 34 to be exact, only extending his lead in the championship in front of Carlos Sainz by 32 points now. Red Bull still leading the constructors by quite some margin, and AlphaTauri up to 6 points, overtaking Williams. If you guys have enjoyed today's episode, please do hit the like button. It shows me that you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out, and double check that you are subscribed so you don't miss another Driver Career Mode episode. But that is all from me. Thank you guys for watching. I've been F1 Luke Sam, and you guys, as always, have been amazing. Stay safe.
Oh, you're still here. Gee whiz, fella, you must have enjoyed. Click a video on your screen now to watch another one of my creations. Have a good one, fella.